Queer coding is the subtextual coding of a character in media as queer. Though such a character's sexual identity may not be explicitly confirmed within their respective work, a character might be coded as queer through the use of traits and stereotypes recognizable to the audience. A queer-coded male character might be very emotional, have an important interest in clothes, and be bad at fighting. A queer-coded female character is tough and doesn't show her emotions, hates dresses, and would rather wear a suit or trousers. Queer coding was created by directors who wanted to include queer characters in their films but couldn't because of the Hays Code. The Hays Code is a list of things not to see in a film, such as mixed couples, sexual intercourse, childbirth, homosexuality, and more. It was established in 1930 with the goal to better control what would appear on the big screen. With that said, directors didn't want to be told what to say and started to include gay and lesbian characters, but in a subtle way. A man would wear perfume, a woman would only put a suit on, etc. It was a way to give the LGBTQ+ community some recognition, all the while heterosexual people would not understand. A few famous tropes got created with time: the sissy, the artist, the sycophantic servant, and the sadist. They existed to play the role of a character that would either be mocked or killed at the end of the film, whether they were evil or not. And while it was illegal to put gay men and lesbians in a movie, the Hays Code didn't mind if they were depicted as evil or if the movie ended with them dying, to show the consequences of their choices. Later on, as the Hays Code was banned, certain stereotypes stayed on, such as the aggressive and masculine lesbian or the effeminate gay man. Today, characters are only queer if they fit in these stereotypes. While it was used during the Hays Code as a way to secretly go over the rules and offer the community a way of recognizing themselves on the screen, it became offensive and harmful. A gay man will not be taken seriously about his sexuality if he is not feminine or interested in clothes. A lesbian woman will have to argue her liking of wearing dresses and her interest in clothing. Queer coding became queer baiting, where two characters of the same gender will show hints of being romantically or sexually attracted to one another, but never act on it. It is meant to attract and secure a queer audience. A good example of queer baiting would be Sherlock, where Sherlock and Watson are quite close, giving the fans some hope of a gay relationship between them. Instead of acting on it, the directors dedicated a full episode to laugh at the fans' theories of a potential relationship, although the directors have been leading them on for multiple seasons. Other films, like Harry Potter and the Prison of Azkaban, show queer-coded characters, such as Remus Lupin and Sirius Black. The fans have created multiple theories about the two of them that fit the timeline. But later on, as the problematic author of the franchise discovered the Wolfstar fandom, she formed a straight relationship with Lupin and Tonks, a clearly lesbian-coded woman. In the hopes to dissipate the queer theories, she eradicated all the possible hopes the community had of a queer relationship in such an important franchise. Even though many films actually show queer representation instead of queer baiting, many films still don't want to shock the more conservative audience by showing two people of the same gender living happily and not getting killed as a consequence of their choices. Today, more and more films and shows are inclusive and show real diversity that try to erase the cliches that have been established for many decades. The more diversity we include in films, the less alienated the LGBTQ+ community will be for people of a more conservative thinking.